Oh my God. Okay, Marty. So fucking annoying. Yeah, baby, Red Sox 5-0. Let's go. That's very cool. That's idiots. Hey Tanya, how you doing? How's it going? Oh my god, these people are dumb. Wow. Oh, cool. I didn't even know these guys. Man, cool. What's up, KP? You change your name? I'm hiking in the rain Sunday, but that's okay. Oh, go for it. It's all good. It's any rain. You can get a free bath. Hey, why not? Sometimes you gotta do shit for yourself, you know, Tanya. Do whatever you feel is right. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Go for it. He said, yes, sir. The questions I've been getting been letting me know it's work to do for real. Hey, bro. And so, if you feel like changing your name will change the outcomes of what you're doing, then hey, go for it, bro. Do whatever you feel is necessary for your success. That's all. Remember, a name is a name, and work is work. So, you put in the work, and the name fits the work, then you're good to go. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Oh yeah, go for it, Tanya. Yeah, be active. Go on social media, do your thing. I encourage you all to do whatever's right for yourselves. Do what you want. Fuck everybody else. Always All's good here, Dan. I'm alive and well. The only complaint I have is my knee is hurting. That's about it. I was cleaning the pool and then I went and bent down to clean like one of the filter thingies, and I felt my knee like kind of say what the heck. And ever since then, my knee's been hurting. Like it's like a side on the side of my knee. I have like this pain. It's weird. It's like when I touch it, it hurts, and when I get up, it hurts. But I'm just sitting here right now, and it's fine. If I'm sitting down and not putting pressure on it, then it's good. But it was weird because my left knee, when I went fishing last week with my nephew, I went on a couple rocks to like get to the place, and then when I came up the rock, my left knee was hurting. And then today, all I did was bend down and on this knee, and it like kind of hurts now. But it's weird. It's like a weird type of pain. But it's alright. Like it's a long way from my heart. I'll be fine. That's the only complaint I have. Yeah, my mom always tells me to rubbing alcohol on my aches and pains, and she's right. So before I go to sleep, I'm gonna rub some alcohol on it, and yeah, because I don't like taking pills and shit like that. I have a fresh bottle of Tylenol over there, and I don't even want to open it, and I don't even want to go that route. I try not to pop pills at all. I'm not a pill person, but it's not that much pain where like I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. No, it's not like that, but like it just hurts. But I'll put some rubbing alcohol on it like the olden days, like my mom says. And she's right. When I put rubbing alcohol on my pain, it goes away after a while. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I haven't had any headaches since my mom told me to put my mom gave me a handkerchief and she told me to soak it with rubbing alcohol and wrap it around my head and leave it there for an hour and do it for a couple of days. And ever since I did that, I never got no more headaches ever again, which is crazy. But hey, my mom said that my dad had headaches a lot when he was in his 40s and 50s. And I remember my dad, he used to look like Karate Kid. You know, Karate Kid has that like that thing around his forehead and he ties it in the back. That's how my mom did it with my dad. She she rolled the handkerchief up like that, long ways, and tied it around his head with some rubbing alcohol. They always tease me and say, this is the age where things start to happen. And I'm like, yep, I know. A lot of things happen when you're in your 40s. My sister's 4 years younger than me, and my sister's 4 years younger, and she is starting to get all the stuff that I was getting a couple years ago. So I keep telling her, "Welcome to the over 40s club." And then she was telling me, "Why are you limping?" And I said, "Well, my knee fucking hurts." She goes, "What the hell did you do?" I said, "Well, I was cleaning the pool, and then when I went to bend down, I kind of hurt my knee, and and it just feels like weird now." So I was like, your body's not used to all this type of stuff, so it's gonna happen. It's life. We get injuries, we get hurt. We feel pain every day. It doesn't matter your age, you can still feel pain. Shit. When I played sports when I was young, I always had knee problems and always like had some type of pain. People get injured all the time. It's life. As long as it's a long way from my heart, which it is, then I'm good to go. That's what I always tell everybody. Yeah, my knee hurts, but it's a long way from my heart. I'm good. It's always something. It never ends. And then those of you who are in your 50s and 60s will say, well, you think it's bad now, Mark. Wait till you reach my age. My mom kept telling me that for years, and she's right. Mama knows best. Alexandra, I got your donation. You can ask your question when you're ready. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy, Dan. Only other thing you can do is hire somebody to do it. And that's like, it's like me. Like, I just put myself in a position to do it when I'm ready. And if not, I'll just get somebody to do it. I'm not going to kill myself just because of some, work. And that's what I mainly want to do. Yeah, lots of cold beer for you. For me, it'll be a lot of cold water and a lot of rest and laying down on the couch and try to get better. Yeah, you can always find somebody to help or somebody to hire to do it. I remember I was sick for like 2 weeks almost, and the grass was so big last year, and nobody would cut the fucking grass. My brothers, my nephews, nobody wanted to do it because it was too hot. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Don't ever ask me to do anything for you. And then when I got better, I went and cut the grass, and then I just dealt with it. I really don't like asking people for help anyway. Help. Oh, there you go. Just take your time. That's all. That's what I do. When I cut the grass now, at my place and my dad's, I just take my time. That's all. I just cut her slowly, and that's it. I'm not gonna kill myself. Fuck that. All right, Alexandra, you said I'm just wondering a general message from spirit. All right, cool. Alexandra, you got like a man in spirit that's like kind of tall, and he's got like salt and pepperish dark hair. Like he had dark hair before he went gray. Like I see like this the he's like he's tall but like taller than me probably obviously, but he looks tall. Oh, your dad recently died. Sorry to hear that. I don't know if this is him, but I'm getting like a guy that's like, yeah, yeah, 6 feet, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Did he like, I don't know if he left you anything, but I think he did. I'm not sure, but I think he's like he's trying to tell me something. Like I'm trying to see what he says, but I don't know. I don't think that there's it's hard to talk to spirits sometimes because like sometimes it all depends if like what the relationship was was about. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what he's trying to tell me, that you're probably like pissed at him because he has nothing to give you. I think this is more of like an I don't know, it's hard to say. It's more of like him trying to, you know, if I'll put it to you this way, I think what he's trying to tell me is like if things weren't good between you and him, like he wants to like apologize to you, you know? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Because like he's like, she don't want to talk to me. That's what he said to me when I first spoke to him. He was like, "Oh, I just want to let you know, she doesn't want to speak to me, and I know she doesn't want to speak to me. She wouldn't want to speak to me." Well, he thinks that you fucking hate him and don't want nothing to do with him. That's the energy I got. That's why I'm kind of skeptical on talking about it, like, cause yeah, like maybe he's like not wanting you to like he doesn't know if you really give a shit about him, you know? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good because like he's kind of like saying to me that I don't even know if she wants to speak to me after what's happened, like, and what's happened in life, you know? Yeah, it's cool. Like that's why I'm kind of like I just shuffled the cards. I have cards here, but this guy's talking to me, so I'm wondering if what this guy wants. Like, so that's why I was like trying to tell you. But he was like, "Oh, don't worry. I don't. She probably doesn't want to speak to me anyway." Like he's kind of doubtful that you even give a shit about him, But I'm glad that you don't have any grudges and you love him. But yeah, put it this way: like he probably wishes that family was more a thing. He wishes that family was more. Now that he's with his ancestors, like he feels a lot better because everybody has like accepted him, you know, and he feels a lot better that he's with his family, and he wants you to like know that he's okay, because he's with his ancestors and his family. But he knows he's disappointed you, and he knows that things have happened. But like he's saying that he wants you to understand that you need to get yourself mentally prepared more in order to get what you want in life, which is stability and like to finally get success. Like he says that you're wishing for things and you'll get it, but he says that you need to mentally prepare yourself. Like you got to get into your head and say, okay, I got to do this and this and actually do it. He says you got to get away from feeling incomplete and feeling like you know you're never going to get what you want. because he doesn't want you to feel that way. And like now that he's in spirit and he has like the rest of his family with him, like he wants you to know that he's gonna try his best to make up for the things that he's done to you and to his family. So like this is his way. And I always tell people that God will give you a chance when you die and you become a spirit to come back to earth and make things better for your family. I truly believe that because I see it, with spirit when I talk to them. They always say, I'm gonna try my best to help my family. I'm gonna be there for my family. I'm gonna do what I can in spirit and things like that. Some people believe it, some people don't. But he's trying to say, like, and even the cards are like kind of telling me the same thing, but I feel like he wants to, um, let you know that, like, yeah. But like he's kind of like, I don't know if the word's reminiscing or like, just reevaluating what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of like, I don't know if she even wants to, like how you just said, like, you wasn't expecting, a message like this. But, sometimes this just happens because, and I didn't even know your dad passed away. I never even knew. But this is him. And he's talking to me because he wants to let you know that. You know what I'm saying? So I already shuffled the cards, but he already's been talking to me. But like he was like kind of skeptical at first. He was like, "Oh, you don't have to tell her." Probably because you weren't expecting, or you probably didn't maybe felt some type of way towards him, or maybe he was like thinking like, she's probably still like, she's probably gonna be mad at me because I didn't leave her anything. Because that's like the first thing he said. Like she's probably gonna be mad because I have nothing for her, or like I didn't, I wasn't like 100% good. But if he told you all of that stuff when he was in hospice, it's because he knew he was good and he wanted to make things right before he went. But now he's just checking in to make sure that you understand that what he said to you was what he meant. Everything he said to you in that hospice, he means it and he wants to let you know that, hey, you know. So that's why he wasn't sure if you really wanted to talk to him, you know. Because some people grudge people, like, you said you don't. But like that's what he was wondering, like, now that he's gone, if he hasn't left you anything, then he probably thinks that, my dad's an asshole. He didn't even leave me anything. Yeah, well, he can't. I don't even think I've done a mediumship reading for you ever. But anyway, he's here and he just wants you to know that you mentally have to be stronger and you mentally need to, like, um, nah, that's good. You ain't gotta apologize to me. It's cool. He wants to apologize to you for what he's done. And he wants me to relate the message to you. Like he wants to say sorry for all the things that he did or what he's done to you. Whatever that, he wants to apologize. He told me he wants to tell you that he apologizes and he wants you to get mentally prepared for what's coming. And it's not bad, it's good, but only if you take the reins. Like he says, like if you mentally prepare yourself for what you really want, then you can get it because he says you're constantly disappointed over and over with yourself and you don't want to fail anymore. You want to keep going. And now you're gonna have families, you're gonna have spiritual family support. That's how you gotta look at it now. That's how he wants you to look at it. Because he says you're gonna get what you want, but you've gotta make it happen. Like you gotta mentally prepare yourself for and he says you might have to like stay away from everyone to get what you want. So you don't have to like take on anybody's shit and anybody's energy. And he says that you just have to do it temporarily. You don't have to cut like the whole world off. Just temporarily get your shit together. And once you do, you'll get what you want. And he says, that's what he wants you to do. He thinks that's the final, chapter of what you need to do. He tells me you have enough willpower. He says you can do it. He says you have the willpower to make it happen. He says you might doubt yourself too much, or you've had previous failures or previous letdowns or disappointments, and these things have led you to not want to go and try again, or to like, you're probably saying to yourself, what's gonna fucking happen now? So he doesn't want that you to do that. He says you need to mentally prepare yourself, to get to the next stage. And he says that's the only way you're gonna get there is to mentally prepare yourself. Well, he says he's gonna help you. He's gonna give you signs and nudge you in the right way. He says he'll help you. He says he already is helping you. So yeah. If you believe it, you'll receive it. You can talk to him every day. He says you can talk to him anytime you have problems or anytime you want. He says he's listening to you all the time. He says he's with you, listening to you. He says it won't be no problem. Yeah, and that's why he's apologizing for his problem, and he wants to apologize to you and say, sorry for that part of my life, but I still got your back here in spirit. And whoever he's with right now in spirit, which is his ancestors and family, they also have accepted him and bring him in properly. So he's with other family members. He told me everything's okay. He says he's fine. He just wants to help you and make sure that everybody's okay. I can't remember, but I think you have a son. And he says like, because I saw him put his hand on a boy's head. So yeah, I saw him put his hand on a boy's head, and he says like he put his hand on it, and then this boy's head. The boy has like a lot of hair on his head, and he's got his hand on his head. I just keep hearing him say, "I'm making sure everybody's gonna be all right." That's what he keeps saying. He keeps telling me everybody's gonna be all right. I'm gonna make sure everybody's all right. That's what he keeps telling me. So he just wants to reassure you that you guys are gonna be okay. Yeah, I just saw his hand on one boy's hair, and it's a lot of hair on his head. So, like, I saw his hand on the boy's head, and it's like a lot of hair. So, that's why I said it, because I'm only showing you what he's showing me. So, I didn't even know you had two boys. I knew you. I know you. I remember you saying you had a boy or something like that. But yeah, but I saw his hand on a boy's head with a lot of hair. So. Whoever has the most hair, that's who his hand is on. And usually when they show me that, they're taking care more of that one. I would say it's the 16-year-old because it looks like a teenage boy. It's not a young boy. It's like I was gonna say a teenager, but 16 is still a teenager. Yeah. Like the boy, like he's got his hand on his head, but the boy is like, he's bigger. Ah, okay. Yeah. There you go. That makes sense. Can't make this shit up. I'm sure I'm telling you what he shows me. And I don't know. I don't know what your boys look like. I don't know nothing about him, but it's a teenage boy because the boy's like, big enough to be a teenager. Well, I wasn't expecting to give you this, but when they come through, I give it. I don't really hold back. I just was kind of skeptical at first because like I don't want to bring up bad memories to you or anything like that. I didn't want this to be one of those things where, this spirit's begging me to apologize to you and you're gonna be like, fuck this guy. I don't want that. Like I don't wanna bring no bad vibes. Well, I was pretty much pulling the cards, but he took over the reading. And it happens that way. It happens like this many times. This happens a million times, trust me. I'll pull cards and then a spirit would be like, yo, bro, I want to speak to you. He came in and I saw him and I was like, who the fuck's this tall guy? Like, and he was like, yeah, he said, just tell her I apologize, but I don't know if she would accept my apology. She might not want to speak to me. And I'm like, all right, let me see. Well, that's probably why Aries men got too much pride to say sorry. They have to do something like really, really, bad in order to apologize. And they probably won't apologize too many times unless they really, really love you and they care about you. Aries men are difficult. And you said something about ego and stuff, so that's signs of. Probably not with you, but probably with other men and other people, they act like that. But not every Aries is the same. But when they're around other men, they act like that. Probably not with you because you're his daughter. So he'll probably be different from with you. Yeah. It's not about pride. It's like just having that way, like I'm right and you gotta get over it. Or, I'm not gonna apologize unless you're my daughter or, I love you. Oh, see, there you go. That's the point I'm making. Where he won't do that to you because he put you on a pedestal and he loves you and you're his daughter. But for other people, he might not. You know. That's why he kind of asked me to ask you if it was like kind of okay to talk to him. Yeah. And because he passed away and didn't leave you anything, you know, maybe that's probably why he was probably feeling kind of, weird. But some people take that shit into like, into consideration. I can't believe you didn't leave me nothing. You fuck you, that type of shit. Because people are so greedy and so like, weird when it comes to those type of things. But he didn't really say that, but I kind of got the vibe like from him a bit. Like I hope she's not mad at me, you know. Because if you haven't like after he passed away, if you didn't really connect with him afterwards and say like, "Yo, Dad, I miss you," or "I'm thinking about you," or something like that, I hope you're in a good place. Yeah, and see, that's probably why he said what he said to me because he was like, you know, yeah, I understand the feeling. That's why I can't understand why I do this. I guess it's because it's not a physical death. It's just talking to dead people, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why I even have this, you know, stuff. It's kind of not my wanting the thing, you know. If my past friend Max is okay. All right, yeah, I got the other donation. Yeah, this guy looks young. He looks like a young guy, or he's showing me what he looks like when he was young. I get like a guy with like dirty blondish brown hair, like type of, and combed. It's combed to the side, but he looks young, dude. It's like a young. This guy looks young. The guy that I see, he looks young. He's like going like that with his hair. Yeah, young guy. Yeah, he's in. That's young to me. Yeah, 32 is young. To die, fuck. That's mug. That's annoying. To know that you die at 32 is a shame. You know, I get a young guy, young energy. But the way I see him is like he was even younger than that. Like the way I see him, he looks a lot younger. He might look younger than 32. Like he may be 32, but he probably looks even younger than that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, he looks younger. I thought the guy was even younger than that. So I see the guy's face, it's very young looking guy. Like that's why I was like, you sure? Yeah, see? There you go. Yeah, he's a young guy. I can tell the energy's young, the face is young, everything's young looking. But like he said that he's with grandma. That's what he said. He says, I'm okay, I'm with grandma. So he's with a lady that's like short, and she's like got like grayish hair, and she's like with him, and he's got his hand, like his arm around her, and he's like, yeah, I'm with grandma, I'm okay. So I guess his grandma is with him in spirit, because I see him with his grandma, and he says he's okay. Hmm. I don't know if you guys like work together or something like that, or you in school together, work together. Cause he shows me like you and him like at a function or a party or something like that, or a gathering where you and him were like having fun and talking, like a sociable event type of thing where he shows me you and him like talking and like um having a drink or something like that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's what the having fun is, I guess. Hey Erica, how you doing? How you been, sweetheart? You good? Yeah, you party together. Yeah. See, Like he showed me like you guys hanging out, so I thought maybe you guys worked together or you meant you were like buddies because it looked like you guys like have known each other forever. So yeah, he shows me you guys like chilling, having a drink and stuff, and partying like together with a bunch of people around you. It's like he's maybe reminiscing about those times, or he's thinking about those great times. Mhm. You doing okay? Good. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm here doing my thing. You know, all's good in the hood. I don't know if this guy like to play cards or he gambled or something or he liked casinos or he liked casino life or something like that. But like I get him like games and cards and like gambling and things like that. Like I don't know if he did that type of stuff. Yeah, he did a lot of drugs and lived the fast life. Yeah, he might have gambled as well at some point because I see he's showing me like him gambling and shit and like at a casino or something. He's just showing me like party vibes and places that he used to hang at. Maybe he hung out around casinos or like places that had like card sharks and guys who play, cards and shit, partying. Drug places are always based on those type of places, so that makes sense. Yeah, he said to me he had too much. Like how people say, yeah, I got turned up. That's pretty much what he's trying to tell me that he got turned up too much. So he might have OD'd on drugs as far as what I'm getting, which is sad. I know a few people like that. One of my best friends OD'd on heroin and passed away. So I know the feeling. But drugs, that's what drugs do. They fuck you up. Yeah. Like he has nothing bad to say about you. He appreciates you like trying to see, seeing what he's like or whatever, see how he is or whatever. But he wants you to know that he has his grandma in spirit. And that's probably like the only person that really wants to deal with him, I guess, that I can see. But like he shows me like things and he's telling me that he has regrets and he's actually happy that you checked in on him. Because when you do those type of things, it was kind of like your dad just now. When people do drugs and shit and then they die and then they're a spirit, the only person that can really forgive them is you and God, for what they've done. Because drugs is like a disease, once you're in, it's hard to get out, and it's not for everyone. And sometimes it's just fucked up. But like he told me just now that there's a guy that he used to get like stuff from, and that guy was the reason why like things went bad. Like he shows me a guy with like dark hair, and the guy was all like, this guy looks all GQ'd up, like he's clean cut and he doesn't. But he's like, he might be like the dealer, or he might be like someone who got it for him, or someone who put him in that drug life. Like he says, the influences of others have got him where he was, like got him to that point. Yeah, yeah. He told me that, yeah, I can see that. I can see that he's, that type of person, but he's kind of like telling me that he got involved with the wrong person. There was a guy that he got involved with, and I can see the guy, and he shows me the guy. Like the guy kind of put him in a fucked up predicament. Like he kind of told me that the guy like did something to the drugs to make it like worse, and that's what happened. Like how people say the people lace drugs and shit. Like he says he got some laced out shit that wasn't, and he showed me the guy who did it and everything. Yeah, I don't like to talk about those things too much, but he wants me to tell you that. Yeah, he wants me to tell you that this guy fucked him up. I gave him some shit, and he's kind of like, yeah, this guy's getting karma right now. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. He wanted me to let you know that that's why he passed away, because somebody had fucked this shit up. Yeah, you're welcome, Alexandra. That's cool. Yeah, but he's all right. But see, I don't really see him like all fucked up. He's showing me like an image of himself when he was, you know, before that. See, sometimes spirit don't want me to see the badasses that they are with tattoos and shit like that. Because I see a clean guy. I see a guy that looks good, young, healthy. Nice set of hair and no tats, no nothing. He looks perfectly fine. I would have never known he was on drugs. Cause see, they like to show me the image that they wish they still was. They don't want to show the bad image because that bad image is the devil. The devil got to them. See what I mean? So I would have never saw those tattoos or anything like that because I don't really see those type of. I see them how they want to be seen in a good light. Yeah, yeah. This is even like before he had tattoos. So that's why I said this guy looks super young. So if he got his first tattoo at like 20 or something like that, that's what this guy looks like to me. He looks younger than 32. So when he shows me himself, he shows me himself in like the most purest of his form in human life. Yeah. That's why I tell people a lot of times when I see spirit, they're going to show me the best version of them, or they might show me the worst version of them. It all depends, like what they want to show me. But when I saw him, I was like, damn, this guy is young as shit. Like he looks good. So he wanted me to see him in a good image, not a bad image that he left in. So yeah. So there you go. That's what he wanted to be shown to by me, cause he probably cause a lot of spirit know that I don't want to see them like that anyway. I don't want to see them with tats and you know drugged all up and shit. They know I don't want to see that. That's the devil working through their body. So they know that I don't deal with that shit. So that's why they show me them in their purest form. Somebody like him would, yeah. You're welcome, Alexandra. I know you didn't expect this, but at least you got what your answers, and you got a real spirit message today. I don't think I ever did a mediumship reading for you before. I don't believe I have. Yeah, I don't. I think this is the first time I ever read for you from spirit. It happens. I didn't expect it either, but it happens. Yeah, you can if you want. It's up to you. Cool. I wonder if this guy has a brother. Hmm, that's weird. Does he have a brother? This guy? What's his name? Max? Does he have a brother by any chance? Okay. He does, yeah, because he's talking about his brother to me. He's asking me about he's telling me about his brother. Like he hangs with his brother and he gives his brother like signs and shit. If his brother's still alive, then I would say that's what he's probably telling me about. I would say like he's hanging with his brother at his brother's house. I think his brother misses him and like wants him like, yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, this guy looks nothing like him. Like they're like night and day, and I can tell he's the younger one and the brother's the older one. Like he showed me just now, like it's almost like he's telling me like he hangs with his brother and tries to give his brother like signs that he's there, but like because like he feels like he let his brother down too. Like he might have embarrassed his brother, and like he feels like kind of fucked up about it. That's kind of weird. Like he just wanted me to know that, or he wanted you to know that, he he wants his older brother's approval or something, or forgiveness or something like that. But I told him I can't do nothing about that. That's something that he can give signs to his brother about, so he understands. Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's why I kind of told you that, he was like partying with you and having fun with you. And I was like, oh, maybe they was probably, really cool together. Or maybe they dated. Because the images he showed me was him like looking at you, and he told me that he thinks you're good looking and all that type of stuff. But I don't really tell you, I don't need to tell you all of that. You already know that. But yeah, he was talking about you, but he was showing me like you and him having fun. But yeah. Yeah. I can see it. I can see there was something there, yeah. But he's cool. His energy doesn't bother me, because usually people who die from drugs, I can like they kind of play. Some of them like have a weird energy, and I can like feel their Because when people are on drugs, right? And they I don't know what it's like because I've never been on this type of drugs. I only smoked weed for years and then I stopped. But we smoking weed and taking like crack and coke and all that heroin, that shit, that's on another level. And a lot of times when I tap into a person that's been a drug addict that was on like serious drugs, I would start to smell blood or have that dry sense in my mouth or my nose will smell like blood. You see what I'm saying? Because those drugs, the drugs affect your blood and they destroy you. So sometimes when I actually tap into a spirit that's done hard drugs, like I can smell like the bloody type of smell or the taste of it. And I'm so glad I did it this time. But there was a few people that I've tapped into in the past that have done serious drugs and I can smell like the bloody type of, you know, like and stench from them. But it's usually from like, snorters and shit. Maybe that's probably why, because like if you're a cokehead and you die, and you're like coming to me in spirit, because the coke goes through your nose, right? I snort all that shit, so that's why sometimes I can kind of smell like blood and smell. I know this sounds nasty, but like I get that. But with him, I didn't. So and your dad too, I didn't get that either. But some people I tap into, I can like actually have that smell from them, and it's really nasty. That's why I don't like tapping into too many drug addict spirits. But it's only like it's more of like the cokeheads, like the snorters I call them. But yeah. All right. So you said your next question is what does spirit want me to know about Travis and I? Well, I think that's. I mean, to answer that question, I kind of feel like that's what your dad was saying. Your dad was pretty much saying you mentally have to tell yourself what you really want to do. And whatever your decision is, that's what's going to make you have the better life and the better situation, you know? And I think that's probably why he said that because mentally, this is draining you, right? And it's making you, feel the way you feel right now. That's why you've been asking this question about him, right? So you have to ask yourself, am I better with him or am I better without him? I knew you were gonna do that. You're gonna be like, fuck, man, really, Mark? Come on, bro. Well, even the cards say the same thing. You keep getting, out of all the readings you've done these past few days, you keep getting the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is like, you gotta like temporarily put yourself in a position where you just talk to yourself and tell yourself, hey, look, what do I have to do? Am I happy right now? No. Why? Why are you not happy? That's what the Four of Swords is. Like, it's contemplating your life, mentally draining yourself, thinking about what if, what could, what should, what is gonna happen. What can I do? Like, it's like a mental disorder, Like you want to escape from it all, but you can't because you're trying to fix shit that can't be fixed. Or you're trying to do shit that ain't working. And that card keeps popping up over and over and over. It's popped up again twice today. And the other day it came up. So when I get that card a lot for somebody, it means that you're fighting a losing battle. It's you and somebody. The card shows two people with swords in their hands, and they're fighting a losing battle. One has a mask, one doesn't. And you know what that means. One wants it more than the other, but the other one doesn't want to go all the way. Doesn't want to make it happen. Has problems, has issues, has excuses. So to answer your question, it's saying you need to release yourself from him and reach towards the goals that you need to reach to alone and do it yourself. And the only way you're going to do this is overcome what what you have with him and just move on and just deal with it. And the cards are also saying like these delays, this lack of appreciation, this like, this whole thing is just something that you have to, make the choice. If you feel like you and him ain't working out, and if he edged on the break, then what does that tell you? And I've told you this before, like I don't really get nothing really concrete on his end, you know? That's up to you. I can't tell you, what to do, but the cards are not telling me anything good. The cards are not saying that things are going to get better. It tells me that are you ready to move on from this? If you do move on from it, then you'll reach towards some type of enlightenment that will bring you better situations. But if you stay with him, then you have to keep overcoming, bullshit. And you might not feel happy like you want to feel. Like the relationship is not going to be 100%. That's what it keeps saying. Unless you guys both, reverse it into a way that it's better. Because if you don't, then it's going to stay the same. And right now, it's not going anywhere, because of the break. So, so you're saying if it's because you're asking, should you hold on, or should you just give up or you should just live up and what would it be worth it? So I would say, if you hold on to the break, after the break, it's still not going to change for the better. I'm not getting a better situation. I'm getting a situation where how much are you of this are you going to take before you realize that it's not working? Or, if you stay and wait, it's still not going to be anything better. It's not going to get better. It just tells me that it's more of a loss to stay with him than to be together and just wait and just be in like a displeasurable type of relationship. It's basically saying here in the present moment that you need to release yourself from him in order to get somewhere. Hey Toka, how you doing? I mean, it's something you really have to like. I can tell you to leave him and your life's gonna get better, right? I can tell you that. And then I can tell you, hey, well, you know, you love the guy, you want to be with him. I guess just hold on and wait and waste some more fucking time. And hopefully, he'll, get dropped on his head and realize that he's better with you. I can't tell you that. I mean, I just did, but it might not be true. It's what you want. You gotta ask yourself, do I want to get treated like this for another month, 2 months, 3 months, or for the rest of the year? How is this gonna benefit me? And sometimes we just hold on to that hope of that person, coming to terms with who you are and what you want to do. but it doesn't work. And when you told me earlier today that he didn't even want, like, he probably might not even help you move and that he makes excuses. What type of boyfriend is that? And then you got to ask yourself, if he asked you for help, are you going to help him? And if the answer is yes, then how is that a good relationship if I do for you and you don't do for me? It's supposed to be an equal give and take, right? So it's really up to you, Alexandra. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yeah, get rid of him, fuck him, you know? But that's up to you. Only you know who he really is. And if you think you're going to see my whole, I have my, my perspective on relationships is you do for me, I do for you. We work together and together is better. If I'm doing the majority of the shit, then I don't even want you. It ain't gonna last fucking 2 weeks. It ain't even gonna last 2 months. It ain't gonna last no fucking 2 years either. Cause I'm not gonna be putting up with you not doing anything together and you making excuses and giving me more and more red flags. I'm not gonna sit here and and let you wave the red flag in my face every fucking month or every week. Hell no. You can stick that red flag up your ass. That's what I'm gonna tell that hoe if she's with me or without me, you know? And I think that's what you have to decide. You, Alexandra, have to decide whether or not you want to be with this guy and ask. I want you to write down 5 good things about him and 5 bad things about him. And then you look at both and you say, well, I got my answer. That's what you can do if you want to. And only you know what he's like because you're with him. You got to say, is this guy empowering me? Is he making me better? Or is he making me worse? Or is he even like worth my time? Yeah. But like I said, it's your choice, you know? Yeah. But listen, even if it does change, right? See, this is you're welcome, but listen, like I just want to let you know something. Like, and you're not dumb, you know? Everybody knows the truth about who they're with and what they're doing, right? Deep down inside, they know. And you just got to ask yourself, in the near future, we can be better and then shit can happen again. So if it's happening now, then that's spirit's red flag right there saying, look, he's doing it again. Or he doesn't really give a shit. And if you're like having disagreements, if you're having like canceled things, if things ain't adding up and it just seems like you're not getting anywhere, then these are the signs that we have to take now before it gets worse. Because if it's meant to be, it's gonna be like clockwork. Everything's gonna be great. And this is what I stress to a lot of people. How the fuck you gonna call a relationship if there's no equal give and take? It can't always be one person like wanting shit and the other one don't, you know? And the signs mean everything, you know? So, exactly. So if you want it to continue to be a problem, then stay. If you don't want it to be a problem, then you got to make it better for yourself. And I guarantee you, if you let it go and you move on, then that's when God blesses you with something that you really want because you finally moved on from the things that hold you back or the person that holds you back. I know it hurts and I know it's fucked up. And I know like a natural instinct for people like us to make things better or try to make it better, but sometimes you can only do so much and the other person ain't gonna really meet you halfway. And if it ain't happening now, it ain't gonna happen. Because if it's meant to be, it already should be happening in a great way. You wouldn't even be here asking me about it. You see what I'm saying? So I only want the best for you. And I feel like that's the case. It's up to you. Only you can make the decision. So, Toka, you can ask your question when you're ready. I'm hearing the rain outside. It's raining again. It's been raining on and off here. I just heard it pour outside just now. All right, Alexandra, enjoy your dinner and take care. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you too. What the fuck? People be always trying to get a payout, Toka. That's like, the scooper broke my toenail. I'm suing you. Bitch, you shouldn't have been that close to me. I understand that, yeah. I'll be like, you want to get hurt? I'll put your ass in this damn ice machine. That's what I would have told her. You want to get really hurt? I told my sister today, and I'll tell you, and I'll tell everybody in here. I could never work in the public eye ever again in my life. That's why I work for myself and by myself. Because if I ever worked in the public eye today, I would be in jail. Because as soon as somebody comes in there and starts some bullshit with me, I'm knocking them the fuck out. If that was me today in your position, I would have slapped the shit out of that bitch with the fucking scooper and threw her ass in the ice machine. You want something to really happen to you? Here you go, look, whop. Get your bitch ass in there. Stay in there for 5 minutes. Shut the fuck up and cool down. That's what some people need, yo. Some people need that type of treatment, Dan. Dan comes out of nowhere and was like, I tore a chick's toenail off of a horseman. You're okay. Yeah, the camera footage will prove it all. All right, let me catch up with what you said. Hold on a sec. I'm over here talking shit. All right. And insinuating that I did it on purpose. I work with all. Oh, really? She didn't leave and ignored you. See, this is the problem my sister just said. I know, damn right. That's my favorite saying. You can't make this shit up. I just felt embarrassed because I called Jay. And he did tell me he might term her. Well, I know if he looked at the cameras. Right, yeah. Oh wow. He called her and told her go home and she did. See that's a person that has to get fired. If you're not obeying your superiors, then you need to get fired. And that's why people like her, you know, like that, fuck that. No way. How the fuck you and Jay told her go home and she didn't do it? I would have said, bitch, you better get out of here before I call the police. Matter of fact, you're fired. Get the fuck out of here. You want to be a disrespectful bitch? Goodbye. See, this is why I can't be in public. I can't. I honestly, I just people would try and kill me. That's why I stay away from every public type of thing. I can't be in the public eye anymore. I can't. And when I used to work at a gas station, I was like, I used to work at a gas station as a mechanic and manager. And I was like 19 years old and I was just in the army for like a year. And when I was 19, no one really fucked with me like that. Cause I was big and I was ghetto as fuck. And I was always around like, ghetto ass guys and I was born and raised in that type of environment. So when I was 19, I thought that no one could say nothing to me. And this guy came in early in the gas station. He lifted up the pump and he thought that we were open. I said, yo, bro, we guys got like 5 minutes before we open. At 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock. He's like, what the fuck you talking to? You better open this gas pump right now. I got things to do. I said, who the fuck you talking to? And he goes, I'm talking. A matter of fact, I'm coming inside right now. I said, yeah, come in here. I got something for you. So he walks in and I had this aluminum baseball bat. I said, you want to get fucked up today, bro? And then my boss heard me. So he heard me say, I'm going to fuck you up. So he comes out, he goes, hey, take that fucking bat. Don't hit this guy. And the guy goes, I just got out of jail. You think I'm scared of you? I said, you just got out of jail? You want to go back to you want to go to the hospital? Because you ain't going back to jail. You're going to hospital. I'm going to jail for beating your ass. Get the fuck out of this gas station and don't ever come back. And then he saw me like a month later at the club with all my boys, and he didn't say one word. He looked at me like, and I was like, yeah, talk now. You think you're fucking bad because you in jail, bro? I'm hanging out with jailbirds right now and drug addicts, you fucking moron. So you see, like people always like, I can't work in the public because I end up beating somebody. And I'm not a violent person, never had been. But even my sister was telling me today how stupid people are and how she can't handle the public. And I said, that's why I work for myself. Because I can't be in no store serving people because people are too stupid. They're so fucking dumb now that it's like you're talking to a moron. And I can't deal with that. I can't. Hell no. So your question is you want to know if Jay's thoughts after he viewed cameras at work today. Could he see that the employee M was exaggerating heavy? All right, let's check. Yeah, he knows you're telling the truth, and he did see the cameras, and he's kind of like not happy with obviously this person, right? M or whatever they are. Like he knows this person is like a weird person anyway, but he's happy to know that you told him the truth. Like, cause I'm getting like him feeling happy because you told him the truth, but he knows that this person likes conflict and is bad news, and he's like gonna probably get like get this weirdo out of there. Like he hates hearing about the bad news and what you went through with her, but he knows that she's the type of person that will criticize people and start conflict and act like something bad happened to her. But he did see the cameras and he knows that you were telling the truth, and he's not happy about this whole thing. He's not happy at all, but not with you, but with the whole situation. Yeah, the little weird old lady. Yeah, there's a lot of weird old people that live in the 50s still that have no brains in the 2025. Yeah, you'll be fine. I get you'll be fine. I got yes, you'll be okay. You're gonna be okay. No problem. I just feel like um Jay is not happy with what happened, but he's okay with you, and he'll sort this whole thing out. Like he thinks that this is just a little mishap, and they'll move on from it. And you know, I think that that woman's gonna get in trouble. Because if you told her go home and she said no, and he told her go home and she said no, and he's probably gonna come down there and have words with her. Because if your boss tells you go to fuck home, you gotta go. You can't just stay there like that's dumb as shit. There's so many disrespectful fucking people in this world. It's crazy. What I would do is I would say, look, we told you go home and you didn't, so we're not paying you. From this time we told you go home the first time until the rest of the day, we're not paying you. Even though you were here, we're not paying you because we told you go to fucking home. She'll learn after that. That's what I would do. It's like how are you gonna tell me what to do in my fucking establishment or where I work or if I'm the boss. Fuck that. See, I'm the type of person in that situation. If you don't go home, I'm gonna make you go home. You will go home. If I'm the boss and I tell you go home and you ignore me, I'm gonna say, well, you're not getting paid just to let you know, because you're officially knocked off. I'll take her card and I'll put it in the machine and say, well, I'll clock her out. And I'll say you're officially off the clock, so you might as well just go home. Because if you hang out around here, you're not getting paid. And don't serve anybody, don't do anything, get the fuck out. It's that simple. People need to get treated like dogs and fucking cats and fucking animals. That's what they need to be treated like. Everybody's so sensitive in this world and everybody forgets how life was back in the day. And I think people need to go back to that. People need to really know what time it is. This guy said on TikTok today, you're welcome, Toka. This guy said on TikTok today that if he was the president of any country, he said that all the prisons out there that have murderers in it or pedos in it, he said shoot them all, get rid of them, give them the death penalty, don't even give them food and water and shit. And he says all the people that did little petty crimes, just feed them bread and water and put them in a cell, no electricity, no nothing, no heat, no shit, no air conditioning, no nothing. Let them rot there. Fuck them. He says there's too much luxury in the prison. So when you go to prison, you're pretty much in the same place all the time and you have everything you need. You get fed, you got fresh clothes, you got, you can do what you want. You can watch TV, you can play cards, you can hang out with the guys. That's some bullshit. And he's right. He's right. Criminals should not be like living freely in the prison. They should be suffering for what they did. And people who kill somebody and they're in prison, we're wasting our taxpayers' money with this murder or this fucking pedophile in the jail. And when I heard him say that, I was like, you know what? This guy is absolutely right. He's got my vote because that's how I feel too. You got to make people fear doing crimes and fear doing shit. I saw a video today on YouTube with the Bermudian murder here in Bermuda. Three guys and a girl. Two of them had a gun, and they had it right out in the open. They had their bike helmets on. They were fully clothed. They walk up. They get off their bikes. They walk up these steps. The door opens, and they open fire. And the third person, which is the girl, she has a gun. And they both went in there. They shot a girl and they shot a guy. They killed him, and three other people got wounded in the shootout at like 12:30 in the morning at a nightclub where we could go today. And the video just came out today on YouTube and on the Bermuda channel. And I'm like, look at this fucking shit. This shit doesn't even happen in Bermuda like that. This shit doesn't even happen. The last time somebody got shot indoors in a club was like 4 years ago. And it was only one person. This time it was 3 guys and a girl. And then today they had like a vigil, like gathering to stop gun violence. You people are dumb as shit. How the fuck you gonna get together with a bunch of old ass people and light candles and pray? That shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. You gotta have police presence. And people gotta start these clubs in Bermuda, they gotta start having better security with metal detectors and all that type of shit. And they gotta every club should have armed security. So when that happens again, those motherfuckers get shot. And hopefully all of them fucking die and rot in hell for doing stupid shit like that. Cause here in Bermuda, we ain't got no time for that shit. That's disrespectful. And then you ruin 3 other people that have nothing to do with your fucking beef with someone else. That don't make no sense. And that's why I keep telling people in Bermuda that for a small island like us, we should have, and everybody wants a job, well, put more security in these places. If these clubs want to be open, have more security. You know? It's simple. When I was a DJ for 20 years in these clubs, there was security. There was a lot of bouncers and shit. And nobody ever got shot back in my day. Nobody. Maybe stabbed once in a while. Somebody would have a knife, but there weren't no guns and shit back in my day. Even now, there's pure gun violence. How the fuck are these people getting these guns? It's fucking bullshit. The government's to blame. That's who I blame. I blame the government. And then you want to have like a little gathering and protest about gun violence. Bitch, please. Go home and go fucking make some food and go do some knitting or something. You damn old fogies out here fucking, oh, I want people. Go fuck off your government that you voted for and tell them put security in the places that need security. And have armed police there. Put these mofos to work. All this money we pay every month to the government, use that money to fucking, well, you gave yourselves a raise, give the police a raise and put police presence there. And I bet you that shit will never happen again. When I go to Boston or Atlanta back in the day, the security was police. There was 2 policemen on the door, and they were right there like that, and they were fully loaded, guns, everything, tasers, all that shit. You act up, you're gonna know about it. And they had the regular security, and they had 2 cops at the door, so you already know what time it is. See what I'm saying? So that this would never, these things can be prevented if we have police presence. It's just like all these guys that die on the road and all these accidents that happen here in Bermuda. It happens because there's no police presence. When I was 16, 17, 18, you couldn't speed that much because every 2 miles there was a cop car or a cop bike or radar. But now it's like, yeah, everybody's too sensitive. Everybody knows everybody. Poor little things. No, don't put the cops out there. It's too much money. Let them eat fucking donuts. Let them go give out traffic tickets, parking tickets. Don't say it, Bermuda. Fuck that. Stupid fucks. That's why I like to be on here every night instead of going out. And everybody says, when I went out a month ago to that party, it was really nice. It was peaceful. But I only went because it's on in the city outdoors where that shit ain't gonna happen out there. It's too much cameras and too much police, right? So that's why I went because I knew it was gonna be safe to be there. But if you think I'm gonna go out like I used to go out back in the day, that ain't happen. I'd rather be home because I know home I'm safe. If I go out now, there's a bunch of young assholes that are half my age doing a whole pot of dumb shit, and I can be in the crossfire of a gun too. Fuck that, I'm not doing it. I'd rather stay home and be peaceful and be happy and be alive. Fuck that. All right, guys. I've had enough for today. It's 1:20 in the morning. I need to get my ass to sleep. I can hear the rain a little bit now. So I'm going to try and take Diamond outside before it gets worse. Dan, Tanya, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Whoever else is in here, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow at some point in time. I can't believe it's Friday already. This week has gone by so fast. It's crazy. The weekend already. I can't wait for Saturday. Saturday, I'm either going to be a very sad person or a very happy person. Saturday is a big day for me in sports. My Portuguese soccer team can win the league if they win. And if they do, I'm going to be partying and celebrating and dancing. And with my nephews, and we're going to be like going crazy. And my dad, I'll probably go visit him and we guys will, celebrate. And if that happens, it's going to be amazing because that means I'll be very happy. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. So we'll see. And Saturday night, if you see me, I'll be wearing green. So pray for my team, Sporting, that they win. Okay? The Portuguese League. Oh, hey, Joanna. How you doing? You in the background watching and listening? How you been? You good? I know every time you say you're in the background cleaning or doing something or, you know, you're always busy. You're good? Good. I'm glad. Glad you're good. Good seeing you. I was wondering who else was in here because I haven't seen you in a bit. All right, cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great Friday. Dan, Tanya, hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'll be here tomorrow for sure. All right, Joanna. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Glad you're doing good. All right, bye, guys. Good night.